Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your May 2024 reading. It's me here, Krystal Clear, happy to deliver Spirit's message for you for the month. I'm going to start by pulling 2 cards for the overall energy coming into the month and going out of the month. So first we'll start with 1 card coming into the month. And we've got reconciliations with the wailing tree. Maybe things have been challenging for you, Leo, with some relationships, some connections, having a hard time falling off or coming together. And I feel like specifically for you, the month of May brings some reconciliation, some healing, right? Reconciliation doesn't necessarily have to be with a person. It can be within yourself. And apply this, this is a general reading. Happy to work with you one-on-one. Check out my information in the description below. But reconciliation, it's bringing a closure, it's bringing a peace, it's reconciling all different parts of a relationship and healing it. And that absolutely can be of the self. It can be relationships with other people. But May is really bringing, and this feels like, with the wailing tree, like this is either a part of you or a relationship that is very deep and intimate and maybe even hard to reconcile, forgive, heal. Like it's been either a long time of back and forth. You haven't been sure of this part of you or sure of this relationship. And there's finally some peace coming in May. It's like you had to release a little bit and you did that. And that's why I see all of the fire. It's like there were some things that needed to burn off for sure for you to reconcile the matters of the heart a bit more intimately. As we leave the month in the hands, the universe is your partner, how you co-create with the universe and what it is that you're, looking for. When you reconcile, whether it's a piece of you or a partnership with someone else, your perception really matters of like, what does this look like at a reconciled place? How do I look in this reconciled space? How does the environment around me look in this reconciled space and place? And all that you can do, since we can't control the environment or the people around us, is how we work in control with ourselves. And so realizing that we do have energy, we are spiritual beings, the universe does respond to our frequency, and our frequency can't be faked, y'all, by the way, just putting that out there. We can't fake our frequency. So if you're trying to manifest from a place of fear and scarcity, you will absolutely manifest more things to be worried about, feeling, isn't enough and things like that. So when it talks about the universe being your partner, Spirit's really encouraging you to use May, Leo, for healing. Healing your perspective, healing relationships, healing how you work within yourself and within relationships. I also see like the colors of these 2 cards are just very lower chakra. We've got a bonus card, lower chakra related, like the root chakra and the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, because we've got the red and the orange and the yellow, and those lower chakras really is looking into the physical needs that we give ourselves and the boundaries that we hold with others. We can make new agreements and still allow for reconciliation and moving forward. So here was the pop out. Let's see what we got. The bonus card, 6 of Pentacles. Gonna try to leave this one right here between these 2. We'll see. Okay, maybe not, but that's okay. 6 of Pentacles. Gonna put it up there. 6 of Pentacles is all about partnership. So for sure, I do feel like this is close, intimate relationship that Spirit is focusing in on, where there is some reconciliation coming in for you. And it's like it works better. There's better agreements in place. Like the situation between you and this other person, you come to a better place where you can work together. And it could be a work partnership, but it feels like if it is, it's a close partnership. Parenting, yourself in your family, like your role to your family and your obligations there. That's more what this feels like. So I'm going to pull 4 cards, 1 for each week for the month of May. So for the first week, we've got the 4 of Swords reversed. And I'll go over these. The second week, we've got the Knight of Wands reversed. So some stagnant energy for sure, needing to shake it up. Wow, look at this. we have like the same card, the Tower, the Wailing Tree. We'll get to it for the third week. And then the fourth week, we've got the Hermit, which is very interesting. I feel like the Tower and the Hermit are very much like in the hand and the Wailing Tree. But let's get started the first week. We've got the Four of Swords. And there's been times this first week where you will feel challenged to take care of yourself. And when we talked a little bit about boundaries, boundaries are for ourselves and what we will and will not do. How we communicate those boundaries become agreements with other people. And those agreements with other people, they're between people. Like the two of you, or you and this person, or you within yourself, you come to a new agreement. And with the Four of Swords reversed, I do feel it's probably more towards the third week, but that you realize by not having these boundaries or by not keeping these agreements, you're not really nurturing yourself. And that's why it's challenging to bring that reconciliation. You might want the reconciliation, but what's causing the resistance to it is being able to nurture it and care for yourself within it, the boundaries within yourself and the agreements with the other people. And so the resistance to hold those boundaries and to, maybe not ruffle feathers is where the third week, the Tower, comes in. But let's get to the second week with the Knight of Wands reversed. And so when the Knight of Wands reversed, it's like, well, I might be, trying to keep the peace a little bit, and I don't want to force anything. I don't want to rush into things, and all of that I respect and I get it. And there's a time and place for that. And it's as you work with your energy, right? When Spirit says the universe is your partner, and we talked a little bit about controlling what you can. If you're not controlling what you can and not doing what you can do with the things that you have, then Spirit's going to make it really uncomfortable for you and kind of force that shift and force you to hold a boundary and force you to take action and to be like, hey, this is not how I see things going. I don't agree to this. I'm open to finding an agreement, but I don't agree to this. And that's what is happening these first 2 weeks. You're really working out in order for reconciliation to happen. This is the care that is needed. This is the picture that I see. What do you need? What do you need in this relationship for us to reconcile? What does your picture look like? And that is what breaks this cycle. So I don't necessarily think the Tower card is so bad, especially followed by the Hermit. It's like there is awareness comes in. There is an awakening that happens from this conversation and from this bigger picture that's being shared. So I do feel like the Tower card comes in, and it's like you might not see that the reconciliation, is able to happen. Like you weren't thinking that it would happen, and finally, after standing up for yourself and being like, I'm open to reconciliation, but it's not okay for this, that, and the other thing. And what I need is this here and that over there. And I feel like it will be more shocking that it feels agreed to. So hopefully you find that too. And then finally, we've got that last week of the month, the Hermit card. So, and this is why I feel like it's agreed to, or at least by the end of the month for the reconciliation, both of you, or you in this situation and you within yourself, you know what it is you want. You know what it is moving forward, what that looks like. And so you kind of get quiet at the end of the month receiving, you're that letting go. You've let go of the expectation of, can this reconcile? Will this reconcile? And I've done my part. I've put it out there. And now I'm observing and, waiting, watching to see what comes of it. So I'm going to pull 3 final cards here for Spirit's advice as you go about the month. So we've got Face Your Dragons. That's definitely holding your boundaries for yourself and communicating them as agreements with other people. Facing your dragons is well, I might put out boundaries. You might be great putting out boundaries, Leo, but holding them, maybe you get afraid that if you hold them, that this other, let's say if it's another person, that this other person might not stick around. And if that's the case, truth be told, let them go. If you're being genuine and honest, and these are your boundaries and this is your agreement, and someone breaks them, you have to then keep them accountable and say, hey, I said this doesn't work for me. And it's because it was, broken, or because this doesn't work for me and it's something you want, it's better that our relationship look more like this, and then paint what you want it to look like. But holding yourself accountable by holding others accountable is definitely going to be important. We've got rewild your life, control what you can, especially of the mind. People can see the things that we do and what we share on our socials and all of that, but what we tell ourselves and the energy that we work within ourselves, it matters. It really does. And with rewild your life, everything that happens on an external level first has to be established, believed, and really embraced. I think it was just in this reading we were talking about, like, you can't manifest from a place of scarcity or worry or like you're missing something, or from a place of woundedness and trauma. There has to be some level of acceptance and peace in those areas of your life for you to be able to not manifest from that place of wound. Okay. And finally, we've got call on courage. Yeah, it can be hard, to hold people accountable, and we might be afraid that by holding them accountable, we might lose certain relationships, but it's not a loss if you're gaining your soul and yourself. So, Leo, I hope this helps for the month of May, and that you receive anything that resonates. Take care.